Hey guys, Jared here, Magnetic Men's Club. I hope everyone's doing well. In this video, I want to talk about there's more than this, but these are for me the top 7 things or 7 signs to avoid, red flags if you want to call it, when dating a woman or looking to start dating again. So if you're out there dating and you see any of these signs, I promise you, you're gonna have a rough ride. You're gonna have a rough go at it with this type of woman. She's just not the type of woman you're gonna want long term. So the very first thing you wanna watch out for is if she's just a pretty face. If she's bringing nothing else to the table except for her looks. Guys, I know we're very visual creatures. You see a gorgeous girl, I get it. Our emotions get immediately locked in. We're like, damn, she's just hot. But as you get older, especially for women too, looks tend to fade. And if there's nothing else that she can offer, then the relationship is sort of doomed. Like, you're gonna have to carry most of the burden in that relationship. And so here's just some examples. If she's just a pretty face, if she's constantly got, gunked with makeup, if she's sort of just not really helping you in any regard, she's not comforting, she's not supportive, she's just there. And even her attitude about it is, hey, I'm just hot. This is more for younger women. Younger girls, their sexual market value is right up there from 18 to about 25, 26. It is visual. That's kind of what they haven't brought themselves up yet. Maybe they're educated, but for me and for most men, we want women to be feminine. We don't want them to be masculine. We want them to be soft. We want them to be yielding. We want them to be caring. We want them to be nurturing. And if she's not any of these, and she's just a pretty face, and she's not going to help you push further along, then what are you doing? At the end of the day, it's just a pretty face. There's beautiful women everywhere. You see it on Instagram, you see everywhere there's beautiful women. So don't just make that your marker of what you're looking for. Oh, she's just a pretty face, that's exactly what I want. There's gotta be more depth to it. And as you get older, we do look for more depth. For me, again, I want a woman to be very in her feminine. I don't want a masculine woman. I want a woman who can cook. I want a woman who knows how to take care of herself, how to clean, how to be a support to me, not a drain on me. So the second one is, man, just miss attitude. She has this entitlement attitude. This is most modern women. They feel entitled to certain things. I've heard it before that I deserve better. I deserve this type of man. I deserve that. Bitch, you don't deserve anything. You get what you give. And if you are giving off a bad attitude, if you're giving off this type of mentality, you're going to attract this lower type of energy into your life. Yeah, you want a woman who has a positive mental attitude. You don't want a woman who's always bitching, always nagging, always putting other people down just to make themselves feel better, especially when they talk about other women like, oh, that girl's ugly. Why would you even bring that up? It doesn't make any sense to me. You're who you are, that person's who they are. You don't need to put them down because they're overweight or maybe not as attractive as you. So if they have a shitty attitude, and likewise, even for guys, if you're bringing in a shitty attitude, most women don't want that either. So it's this entitlement mentality. When you hear buzzwords like, I deserve, or these are the things I want in a man, they feel that they're entitled to them. But by and large, that's not who they date. What they get is ideally, they feel that they're entitled to, but in reality, they're dating the complete opposite usually. So you want to watch out for this entitlement mentality. The third one's going to get me in trouble to a large degree, but by women, but I don't really care. Single moms, specifically baby daddy drama. I don't particularly care if you date single moms, because there is a probability or a possibility that you would miss out on connections with somebody who just happens to have kids. What I'm talking about is those single moms that have baby daddy drama. The dad's still in the picture, the dad's very maybe narcissistic, they broke up for a reason. Now you're gonna have to deal with this other male for the rest of that child's life, at least till that child hits 18. So if you're dating a single mom that has young kids, you gotta really think about, okay, I gotta deal with this douchebag for the next X amount of years. They tend to talk about their exes all the time. This is the sign, especially the first couple of dates. If they're always talking about their ex and what a douchebag he is, what an asshole he is, better believe it. And that dude is gonna come after you in the sense where now you're a threat to him. So you're gonna have to deal with his drama and his bullshit. It makes it worse when that girl has multiple kids from different fathers. Now you have baby mama drama from 3, 2, however many kids she has. And so it shows that you're gonna have to fight battles with these guys. It kind of also shows that in one way, she's made quite a few errors in her life. She wasn't able to pick and actually stick with one guy. So she's not a very good judge of character in that sense. So you might say, oh my God, you got to take the whole package. The fuck I do. No, I don't. I'm in a relationship with you. I'm not in a relationship with your kids. The fourth one, and I know this might sound vain, but as a guy who is on his path and purpose, who is working out, who likes to look good, man, we're not going to deal with a woman who doesn't take care of herself. Okay, so if you're dating or talking to a girl who is just not put well together, she doesn't even take care of her nails, she doesn't go to the gym, she doesn't just practice basic self-care. She has a very low opinion about herself. Some girl's gonna say that as like, well, I just work all the time and with the kids and all this, I don't have time to, to always look pretty. And I understand that, but if you don't take the basic steps to take care of yourself, all you have is your health, then you're gonna limit yourself a lot. And guys, you should not want to date a girl like that, because if she's not taking care of herself on the front end, she's not going to take care of herself in the back end either. She's not going to long-term do any of those things. So for me, again, coming from my own frame, coming from my own perceptions, if she's not taking care of herself, initially she's not going to do it down the road. So you'd want to stay completely away from that. The fifth one, now this one again is probably going to piss off a lot of girls, but hey, she only has, or she only associates with, or she only goes out with her guy friends. This is a huge hard no for me, because what she might understand in theory is every one of those guys she put into a friend zone, but every one of those guys wants to sleep with her. And women just don't understand that. They say they get it, but in a way, all of these guys are just circling around waiting. Oh my God, if I just talk to her, if I just listen to her bullshit and go out on shopping sprees with her, eventually I'll get a chance with her. More often than not, no, they're always going to be in the friend zone, but there may be an opportunity, maybe a possibility if she gets drunk or you piss her off, one of those friends are eagerly just waiting. So if they only have guy friends, if they're only hanging out with guy friends, it's a huge red flag that you want to completely avoid this person. Now, if you're starting to date her and you just find out that, hey, she only has guy friends, well, then it's up to you to say, listen, it's either those friends or it's me. And you better have a strong enough frame, because if she picks those guys, well, then you should just get rid of her, because she's ultimately picking those guys over you. So she finds them more important than she finds you. I have zero tolerance for that. My contention is if I'm dating a woman, she should only be talking to her brothers, her dad, it may be a friend that I know is gay, but no other guys. There's no reason for it. Zero. Certainly not to hang out with them. That's a hard no for me. Number 6, this Miss I don't need a man, this Miss Independent bitch that you hear that's all the time. That is her basically telling her she is such in her masculine frame that it's going to take somebody way more masculine to force her into her feminine. And I ain't got time for that crap. Women are independent. They don't need to yell it from the rooftops. They don't need to tell everybody that they don't need a man. When reality is, if you just look at the world and how it was all built by men. Very few women have ever even invented anything. It's all been men. So they live in a man's world. They use cars that men designed and built. They stay in houses that men built. They go to a job that typically men own. So yeah, they do need men. It's a man's world. I'm sorry to say that, ladies, you're still in a man's world. We want you in it. We want you to be productive. You do have ideas and you do have thoughts and you do bring value. But when you come with that bullshit, that I don't need a man, I can do all this, no. It's completely the wrong thought to have. A man should enhance your life just like a woman should enhance a man's life. You're going to be the exact type of woman who's going to have 7 cats and box wine and learn to knit, because no man's going to want to deal with that. The last one, she never apologizes or has accountability for anything that she's done or any wrong that she's done in your relationship. So a very simple one is, if you're just having a conversation and she tells you to go right and you know it's left, but you go right and she doesn't say, oh baby, I'm sorry, it should have been left. And you knew that. She doesn't even apologize. She might say, well, I meant to say left, but you got me all confused, and she flips it on you. I've heard this fucking so many times. If she doesn't have the basic sense to have, all right, I fucked up, not a big deal, I apologize, I own this mistake. On the little things, she'll never do it on the big stuff. So she has to have self-awareness, accountability, and be able to apologize for something she has done wrong. Men, we apologize all the time, and then what happens? They never forget it. They bring it up every freaking time, and it's something stupid, but they cannot do it. So if you find a woman who can never apologize, never own up to her mistakes, or never accountable, she's never going to do it. You want to run from this. I know this video might have sounded a little harsh, more so than others, but it is a harsh reality that dating, sometimes you want to cut your losses very soon so that you don't keep going down this rabbit hole with this woman who's inherently just not good for you. She's going to be a net drain on you. She's going to be a net drain on your path, your purpose. She's just going to take your assets, basically take your attention, which is the strongest asset, the most valuable asset you have. And then at the end of the day, it's still not going to work out. And you're going to be in a position where you might repeat this process because you're not recognizing these types of women. They're all out there. There's very good women out there, but you have to dig a little bit. You have to start asking questions in the first date on the type of women, woman they are, and really listen to what they say, because they're not lying. They're saying stuff like, I don't need a man, or my ex, he's such an asshole. I always have the kids. Start listening for these signs. They're not lying. They're telling you, this is my life. And do you want to be part of that life? Do you want to mold yourself into that life, or do you want her to mold into your life? If you're a high enough value man, if you're on your path and purpose and you are making your own money, you're all making your own moves in your life, you want her to mold into your life. And these types of women, these 7 different types of women, just do not have the ability to do that. They have zero ability, or they bring nothing to the table for you. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Again, my name is Jared Schoonmaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. If you're having problems in your dating life, go down to our website, click the link below, fill out the contact us forms. You'll get on a free discovery call. We will talk, you and I, one-on-one. We'll kind of see what kind of gaps you're having, what kind of limiting beliefs that you're having. Let's try to get you leveled up so that you can recognize patterns like this and get your dating life the way it should be. With that, we'll talk soon. Bye.